What is up? It is Red, the rideshare ginger, coming right back at ya. Been a little while since I've been on, but I wanted to get caught up. Promised you I would have a video summarizing that weekend that I was in the middle of last time you heard from me. So we're going to jump in and take a look at that. That was the weekend of the 4th, 5th, and 6th of January. Real quick though, today went back to class. Class started again today, so I'm doing classes Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 12:30. So after class today, I grabbed a quick 45 plus that I happened to see as I was getting out of class. Did that. Now I'm on my way to work. Went home, grabbed some food, and I'm on my way to work out. But let's jump in. Let's take a look at that 4th, 5th, and 6th weekend. And just a reminder, I had a bet going on with Rick for $50 that weekend that I was trying to kick his ass on. So we'll take a look at how that went as well. But let's just jump into the numbers real quick. I'll start with Uber, then I'll run into Lyft, just to get through all 3 days on Uber, all 3 days on Lyft. So popping up Uber, here we go. So Friday, real quick before I get into Friday, $20 cleaning fee that you saw on there, that was from Friday, and then $375 cancel fee, that was through the weekend as well. So that'll add into the totals at the end. Friday, $155.20, $8 in tips, 12 trips in total. Saturday, $131.90, $5 in tips, 16 trips total. Sunday, $25.47, 0 tips, 3 trips. I'll get into a little bit more at the end why that was such a low amount. All right, let's flip over to Lyft. Let's take a look at all the totals here. Actually, let's back it up for a second and take a look at that 5.0 rating right there. That's right, that's a perfect 5.0 rating. Just want to point that out. All right, let's dive into the numbers. Friday, $207.62, $888 in tips, 15 trips. Saturday, $134.61, $18 in tips, 12 trips. Sunday, $162.03, $10 in tips, and 14 trips. And before we get to the total, I want to take a look at one ride that I had this weekend. Might be my favorite ride that I had through the weekend. It was a it doesn't even say it on here, it's kind of the crazy thing. It was a Lux Black XL. It was a 15-minute ride, roughly, just under 2 miles, and it paid $21.60, and they tipped me $5 on top. Fun group of people. We were blaring some good music all the way through, just a little bit of Juice WRLD, some different stuff, and they were having a fun time. I was having a fun time. Nice solid trip, paid well. Would have been great if it was going further, but whatever, you know, take what you can take. So when it's all said and done, total for the weekend, $837.58. I did $837.58, and Rick did $1,100. Got my ass kicked. Got my ass kicked just a little bit. But you know what? It is what it is. I had a good weekend. I pushed through, did some good hours. This had to be the slowest weekend that there's going to be this year. I can't imagine there's going to be that minimal amount of surge in PT as there was this weekend. I ended up doing, in total, surge in PT all together, I did a total of $22.91 through 3 days surge in PT. You're not going to see that on a weekend, I don't think, the rest of the year. If you're working as many hours is what I did. And speaking of the hours, so Friday, 22 hours out of the house, 21 and a half on the app, and I did 2.5 hours of sleeping. So a lot of hours actually working there. Saturday, a little bit less. I got started late, had to help my dad go buy a car. 2014 Ford Escape, if you're wondering, that's what he ended up in. Nice solid vehicle. I like the Fords, I like the Escapes. So 2014 Ford Escape is what he ended up in. But that made me get a later start on the day, so it didn't get started until about 2:30. I ended up doing 13 and a half hours in the app with about 1.5 of that sleeping. Still solid day, 12 hours of actual work. And then Sunday. So the Lyft trips were higher on Sunday than the Uber trips. Uber was barely used, and that's because my dumbass decided, let's try to catch Rick by hitting my Lyft bonus. I needed 35 rides. 35 rides, all Lyft, on the slowest weekend of the year it's probably going to be. But I said, let's do it. Let's go for it. And I also got killed because of it too. So I ended up only doing, I think it was 14 trips when it was all said and done. And that's what we looked at, 14. And that's because I stopped at 10 o'clock. Started at 2:30. I had practice from 10 to 1. Got started at 2:30. I said I can still get these 35 done. Let's knock it out. Let's see how it goes. And I'll run mostly Lyft. If something good comes through on Uber or Lyft slow, then I'll grab the Uber one. Lyft was running pretty consistent, but I was at 14 trips. Rick was, 250 ahead of me by the time we got to 10 o'clock. And so I called it a day there. I didn't get close to the 35 I needed. It wasn't going to happen. I would have hit a $75 bonus. That's what I was kind of shooting for. I thought it'd be the one way to catch him. And just a kind of little backstory on some of the reason Rick's ahead. So he's diamond status. He's got grandfather rates, and he's also got Quest, and he hit his Lyft bonuses because he was getting there at the beginning of the week. So he had those 4 things ahead of me. When we look at the totals kind of away from that, we were almost dead even. It was pretty close. They were within $5 of each other. So, but I have the Lyft and XL advantage. But as you look through the weekends, I did 77 trips in total, if I did my math right, and I did 12 premium rides in total. 2 were select, so that means 10 were XL. That's not a lot here. I'm going to turn the air down. I'm wondering if that's a little bit loud for you guys right now. Just not a lot on the premium ride. So, yes, I had that advantage over him, but it wasn't that significant for this weekend. But I don't know. Overall, $800 weekend. That's got to be my biggest weekend ever. I don't think I've ever been anywhere near that. And don't worry, I'm not driving without hands. I got to the gym already, so we're gonna finish up this video and we'll pop it on. But yeah, it was a good weekend. 6 trips out of the airport, so learned a decent amount. And I'm going to continue to try to do one all-day Friday or one all-day Saturday every single week, letting the girlfriend choose which day I work, whether it's Friday or Saturday. It doesn't matter to me. I'll pick one. She can pick one or the other. We'll hang out the other one. But that's part of my work-life balance. I'm not going to work my ass off every single weekend. I'm going to spend some time with the girlfriend, spend some time with family, just kind of enjoy myself, relax a little bit. I'm going to go lift right now. I should be working, but going to get a quick lift in. Makes me feel a little bit better and allows things to get rolling. But I don't think a lot was learned this weekend. Honestly, I don't think a lot was learned. Other than I'm going to start either sleeping in my car overnight a little bit more to grab a early AM trip to the airport out of a specific area, or sleeping in my car to grab an early AM select XL, Lux Black, whatever it is, premium ride out of the airport. I just feel like if I'm going to be sleeping, let's sleep somewhere that's going to catch me a ride. Let's not sleep at home and then try to get out early. Let's go sleep at the airport for 4 hours. I got my blanket in the car. I got space to save it. I'm a pro napper in the car, so it just makes a lot more sense. My first ride Friday was this past Friday. I caught a $45 ride, select ride out of the airport that was just to downtown, and all it cost me was sleeping 4 hours at the airport. I would have been sleeping at home anyways. So that's the one thing I may have learned from that long weekend. But outside of that, it was so slow I didn't learn shit. There wasn't surge anywhere. There wasn't PT anywhere. I didn't learn shit this weekend. So there's not much you can take away from that other than Rick kicked my ass. But no, if you got any questions, let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer anything you have. Now that I'm Select and XL, I feel like I can kind of give you some advice on both sides of those. And yeah, I'll try to pop out more videos as quick as I can. Just kind of get into them as I go. But I want to make sure I got this to you because I said I would, and then I can kind of summarize. I did a 22-hour shift this past Friday. Maybe I can pop on and summarize that. And then I want to talk about pools. And I want to talk about pools a little bit because everyone's hating on pools. I got a different perspective on pools. So we'll pop in, we'll discuss pools a little bit at some point, but I'm going to get out of here. Like, comment, share, usual shit in the description. Check out Gio's channel, check out Trent's channel. I will try to get my Instagram back up and running. It's on there. Follow it. I will start posting stuff again once I get a hold of it, or once I get a handle on what's going on here for a little bit. But loving the MDX, and shoot me an email if you have any questions. Comment if you have any questions. I try to answer everything that pops up there, and I appreciate you watching the channel. Until next time, good luck out there.